Hey, everybody. It is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. How are y'all doing this afternoon? Y'all, I just want you to look at the thumbnail. Look at the picture I have up there for y'all to see. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Um, we work a lot earlier uh, today. Um, I had more times appointment yesterday. But I want to come on here because it's God said vengeance is his in the Old Testament. Okay? Vengeance is his. So we're not supposed to evil for evil, bad for bad. We're not supposed to get our lick back, even though people want to get their lick back. You know, there have been some individuals, whether or not they were, mentally ill or psychotic, they felt like they were an instrument of the Lord and they should go out and seek and do vengeance. Okay. We've even seen movies like that. But y'all, I just didn't understand. How are you coming over here and your party says that they are pro-family, pro-Christian, for conservative values, and you are out here saying unchristian things, impolite things, horrible things, racist things. And then to call someone else who is actually doing the things that you profess that you are, pro-family, okay, a Christian, giving, and you dare to call them a nasty name. I just don't. We must not be serving the same God. We can't be serving the same God. Okay? We must not be serving the same God. Okay? Hey Lindsay, when the conservatives don't like what, the liberals say about them, they want to say, oh, they're just being snowflakes, or they're just being sensitive, or they're just a hateful person. What did they say about, what did Governor Abbott say about Representative Jasmine Crockett when she called him Hot Wheels? Oh, she's just filled with hate, or she's just saying hateful things. Really? Was it really hateful? Or you took it that way? What about when the president mocked a disabled man? Was he being hateful? You didn't call that hateful. Now did you? And one Vice President J.D. Vance actually called Trump, I forgot the word he used, but it was basically almost like calling him evil. But now he's his vice president. Mm-hmm. Yeah. On the very top, that is. Well, I'm gonna start with the incident that happened. I believe first. Okay, so y'all know I came online and I told y'all Pope Francis passed away, right? And he passed away Easter morning in Vatican City, Rome. It was probably like midnight or 10, 11 o'clock our time. According to the reports, he died of, they said, Was it, what did they say? Coma, stroke, and some type of cerebral something. I'm gonna come back and let y'all know what it is. Cause you know me, I just feel like, JD Vance shook his hand and touched his elbow. I just feel like he just transferred something over. But that's just me. Well, not actually not just me. Some other people feel that same way too. I ain't been feeling him since he talked to Zelensky that way. So you've been disrespectful. Then he talked to Greenland crazy about Denmark, which is actually that part of that country. And then he dropped on people. Then he dropped the Ohio State University's trophy, broken. And look, now he over there met the Pope, and the Pope is gone. So I'm just like, something is wrong with you. So y'all need to go check on them people over there that he's visiting now. I think he went to Pakistan and then he went to India. So y'all check on them people to see if they're okay. But anyways, let me go back. So the Pope died like Easter morning, Vatican City time. And so by the time we knew about it, it's in the afternoon. Well, when I guess the first reports of the Pope dying went out, the lady at the top left, on the right-hand side of the screen, I have 4 pictures. The lady with the Caucasian American lady with the glasses, as Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay? She basically got on X, formerly known as Twitter, and basically said, this is after the Pope has died now. The world is learning it. She said, today, evil has been defeated. And so people were like, well, what's that tweet about? And then some people started noticing, like, oh, your tweet is not before the Pope died, it's after. Because guess what? The Pope, okay, who is the head of the Catholic Church, also the head of government and state of Vatican City, Rome, which is the smallest country in the world. It is a theocracy. Okay? The Pope, at early part of the year, basically said he disagreed with the United States mass deportation program or initiative, and he said, how we're supposed to treat immigrants. And it reminded us, like, hey, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, they were refugees or immigrants from, at the time, I guess, Nazareth, Bethlehem, to Egypt. They spent like 2 years in Egypt and then came back to their home. Okay? The Bible does tell us to treat foreigners in our land with respect. And that is a doctrine of the Catholic Church. That is something that Catholics are supposed to follow, in addition to the 10 Commandments, in addition to the sacraments and other beliefs of the Catholic Church. Marjorie Taylor Greene, months ago, when he came out with, I believe she said this then, I could double check. She said that the Pope, no. She said, I believe she said, either the Pope or the Catholic Church is run by bishops who worship Satan because they, what did she say? They give to immigrants. That's what she said. They give to immigrants. If you look in the Bible and you look at the parable of the Good Samaritan, what is Jesus trying to tell us we're supposed to do with people who are different than us? Wasn't at the time the Samaritans and the Jewish people were not people who hung out with each other. They were people who were separate. A Jewish man was hurt, and 3 other people who were Jewish, who was of the same faith, didn't stop to help him. One was actually a leader, religious leader in their community. But the person who did stop was a Samaritan who had no vested interest but saw someone on the side of the road who needed help. Took him to the end, gave the man money, like, hey, please take care of him. And if you need more to take care of him, when I on my way back, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna give you something to help you. That was the parable of the Good Samaritan. That man helped someone who was not the same part of the nation or ethnic group that he was in. So that's why I'm saying you can't be serving the same God that I'm serving if that is in the damn, excuse me, Jesus, fix me, Jesus, in the Bible. I just, you call that man, you said today evil has been defeated. After that man died, because one, you ain't got no empathy. I'm like, you couldn't even wait 24 hours before you said something bad about the man. Matter of fact, your president that you're always invoking, he's going to the Pope's funeral. Do you know now, ladies and gentlemen, that the Catholic Church, I don't know if it's the official Vatican City or if it's the USCCB, which is the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops. They kind of like govern, over the United States, like, administratively, right? I don't know if it's them or just a specific parish. They want Congress to censure her for that, and I don't blame them. Remember when they wanted to censor Jasmine Crockett, always calling him Hot Wheels? Now I don't feel bad when Jasmine Crockett called her a big back, blonde built, bad body. You know what? I don't get it. Someone who was literally living what they were preaching, leading other people, reminded people, and I think they said before he died, he still said something to the effect of like, hey, y'all need to treat immigrants and people less fortunate better. Why do you think he picked his name was Francis? Francis, I want to say was it Francis of Assisi or Francis like was given to the less fortunate. Okay, just and that's what you said. You didn't even think like, hey, my president is going. That I'm always he's going to the man's funeral. That's what you said on Twitter, ma'am. Now, whole religion wants you censored. And by the way, not everybody doesn't like Catholics, but however, there are people who do like Catholics, at least respect the Pope enough not to come out their mouth and say something crazy like what you said. You was wrong. Unchristian-like, impolite, ill-mannered. You from Georgia, you supposed to know better. Okay? But then again, I saw your ex-husband and how he treated those young Muslim girls who were praying to Mecca in their car, minding their business, because Muslims are supposed to pray 5 times a day. He's over there either interrupting them or waiting till after they finish praying and then wants to shout slurs at them to go back to your country. They were born here. First Amendment gives us freedom of speech. And this man was married to Marjorie. She divorced him because she had she divorced him. It wasn't the other way around. I'm like, y'all got married and then they also had children together too. So I'm like, y'all think alike. So I don't know who was over there in District 14 or 13, wherever Marjorie Taylor Greene is. Who is her challenger? Because I might have to give them a little bit of my money. She got to go. And then her town hall, she had 5 different types of police there, and they were in there tossing people out who disagree with her or wanted to protest. You knew something was gonna pop up because your mouth was reckless. Senator Chuck Grassley, he's a Republican. You know that man is 91 years old. He stood up the whole time. He was in a room. He walked up to people. He listened to them. They all was giving him the business in a way, I think, and he listened to them. He didn't always agree with them, and they was they were older crowd, but still, just horrible. Some of y'all think y'all really come out here, just say and do whatever. And y'all are about to find out, or some of you are already finding out, that 2025 is FAFO or karma season. You finna get hit with, okay? Y'all finna get hit with it. Elon getting it right now. I just hate beautiful alien. I'm sorry, I'm driving. Um, but yeah, and I put articles in the description that talks about this. You can reference it because I'm all about references. The next one I had to go because y'all know me. I'm from Houston. I'm a blue county, blue city. And I told y'all before, I lived on the south side. Representative Al Green, not the singer, the representative, was my congressman. I live on the north side now, and former mayor of Houston, Sylvester Turner, won the special election this past November, but he died the very next day after the joint session of Congress. The special election is not until this November. I don't know why the governor. Well, I do know why the governor of Texas is making that far ahead, but okay. But I digress. Let me get going on what I was going to say. So Representative Al Green, I don't know if you saw him at the joint sessions. He had his cane, and he waved it at in front of Trump and said, "You do not have a mandate by the people to cut Social Security and Medicare." And then all of a sudden, people were Republicans. The Speaker of the House was like, "I'm going to have you escorted if you don't leave." But he kept talking, and then he ended up getting himself tossed. Not tossed out, but the sergeant at arms of it came and walked him out. And so there were also other, Democrats who were there. They had their little signs, and they sat down for the majority of their speech. That was their form of protest. And I think I want to say Representative Al Green may have already filed, but got double check impeachment charges against the president. And his reason why he wanted impeachment charges because when Trump started talking about, he's going to turn Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East, and it's like, sir, there's like 1.8 million people, Palestinians, living there already. Are you just gonna help Netanyahu get move these people away? Like they ain't got no popular sovereignty. Like we doing it now, And he felt like, hey, that's really, unconstitutional. So some people made some comments after Representative Al Green was there. They wanted to call him disrespectful, even though Marjorie Taylor Greene, when President Biden was president, has yelled out some really nasty things and nobody had her removed from Congress. You didn't say nothing then, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. You didn't have her removed. One lady, she got her sign snatched. But they supposed to be the party, pro-life, Christians, people with morals, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. When y'all do it, it's okay. When everyone else does it, it's a problem. So Lauren Boebert, um, what she's from the West Coast, Utah, Arizona, one of those. Um, she's gonna say how disrespectful Representative Al Green was up there with his. She went with racialized language. He was up there with his pimp cane. Excuse me, the man is 77 years old. He needs it for stability. Why are you calling it a pimp cane? You know the connotations that brings up. You know what you was doing by saying that. You know what you was doing. But I guess, Laura Boebert didn't want to be outdone. Or I guess, other people wanted to hop on, let me be like Marjorie Green and Lauren Boebert, and let me see if I can say something funny like, Jasmine Crockett. I don't know. And she is on some little talk podcast show. And I think this is one where it is like a Spotify or whatever. It's a podcast that's also filmed, not just audio. So she starts talking about, Democrats, and then she starts talking about Representative Al Green. And this lady's name is Representative Diana Harshbarger. Long name. From Tennessee. She is 65 years old. Okay? 65 years old. So if you're 65 years old, it is now 2020. That means you was born in 1960. That means you was born. Tennessee is still considered the South. It's the Upper South, but it's still considered the South. So that means in 1960, between 1960 and 1970, you saw all these things with civil rights going on as you grew up. You may have even had black friends. You may have even had relatives who made comments about black people. White people historically, when they want to demean black people, keep them in their place, quote unquote, they will refer to them as children. Grown men and grown women were referred to by either their white employer or white people in the society or whoever, boy or girl. And she called Representative Al Green a boy. And I put the Houston Public Media's article in there, and I think it may take you to, because Representative Al Green yesterday had a press conference after he learned about what she said about him. And he also talked about, because there's another thing she said. She said he was up there waving his cane and everything like that. It probably has a weapon in there. It probably has a gun or something, she said. And I'm thinking like, damn, now you saying she got a weapon? Now you saying he got a weapon in there? Broberg calling the pimp cane down at Harshbarger is calling it is a weapon. And she said, if I was there and I was near him, I would tell him, boy, bye, or boy, something, she said. I need to get the correct sentence. And I'm thinking like, wait a minute, ma'am. One, you 65 and he's 77. That man is not a boy. Now, maybe you were being flippant and you forgot who you were, that you won. You over here trying to be cool and hip with this younger 30-something person. No, ma'am, you forgot. But then again, I feel like you probably did mean it. You meant to call him a boy. It wasn't a Freudian slip. It's not, I didn't mean it like that. No, you meant it like that. You meant it like that. And then you referred to his cane as having a weapon. And he was waving at the president. And how did he come in there with that? He don't need a cane. That's what she said. He's always learned he don't need a cane. So you're painting him as, oh, he is a young thug. That's what the image you're trying to portray a 77-year-old African American man who is passionate about his community and wants to make sure that the elderly members still get their Social Security, their Medicare, and their Medicaid. You know better, Diana. You know better. You know better more than Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene, actually, I will say this: Marjorie Taylor Greene actually does know better. She don't care. So like Candace Owens, like, hey, there's this conservative money over here, and if I say these things, people will support me. If I start talking like I support Trump, people will support me. People think they will throw their support around you. But guess what? People are getting tired. Y'all over here sowing seed. Y'all the one that's sowing seeds of hate. Jasmine Crockett called Governor Abbott Hot Wheels. And she said he was hot ass mess. Because he is. But she never said he was using his wheelchair to roll his feet over anybody, or he don't really need that wheelchair. Okay. She didn't refer to him as because you're not supposed to say this to someone who is disabled. She didn't call him handicapped. There are much worse things she could have said than Hot Wheels, and she didn't say that. She could have made references to the tree that fell on him that caused his accident. She didn't say that. Heck, she didn't call him boy. Just to be, reverse it. Marjorie Taylor Greene said evil was defeated after the Pope died. Diana Harshbarger called a fellow colleague in the U.S. House of Representatives a boy. Ladies, I'm all for equal rights and everyone, women to be treated just like men. But for y'all to come out here and say some of the things that certain men say, that's not what we need here in the world. We don't. We don't. Especially after y'all saying it about somebody who really is trying to help people and defend people, represent people. The Pope is literally the representative of God in the Catholic Church. He's the head of government and of state for Vatican City, Rome. He is actually a government official, in addition to be a religious leader of the Catholic Church. There's 1 billion Catholics in the world. And you didn't think, probably didn't care, you coming on Twitter or X and saying that. But then again, look at who owns X and Twitter now, and they just let anyone say anything. Because it would be freedom of speech. Well, guess what? Both of y'all's freedom of speech and got y'all both in hot water. So now you got to deal with the repercussions of that. Yeah, you have the right, the freedom of speech. You also have the right to remain silent, and y'all probably should have been silent on these 2 points. Okay? Diana Harshbarger, you should have been silent on more. You should have never said the word boy out your mouth. And you should have never said his cane must be a weapon. Come on now. You should know in 2025, saying that a black man has a weapon, what could happen? Come on now. Even if you're joking. Whew, fix it, Jesus. Vengeance is yours, said the Lord. Lord help us. I'm gonna need y'all go and vote. Who in Tennessee? So y'all, who is her challenger? I'm gonna give that her challenger money too. Might not be a lot, but it all adds up. Cause I'm tired. I really am. These people have gone out of control. Some people really feel like some democratic or liberal or progressive ideas, they just go too far. But sometimes I feel like with these conservatives, maybe far to the left is where we should go. Because the ones on the right, they don't want nobody to have shit. They want nobody else to have no freedoms. They want to feel safe. They want to do this. They want to do that. They want to say whatever they want to say. It's like, oh, you're just being sensitive. You're a snowflake. At one time, a man said he was a compassionate conservative, and I kind of believed him. You two ain't got none of that going on for y'all. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. But I just want to come over here and give my 2 cents. Just please register to vote if you already haven't in Tennessee and Georgia and here in Texas, all over. If you are in Arizona, a representative there passed away, and they're having their special election in September. Both those here in Texas, here and in Arizona, those are Democratic seats. Florida had 2 special elections. They were replaced with Republicans, unfortunately. Yeah. But in 2026, it's an election year, midterms. Okay. I might need to do a video so I can show y'all how to find y'all rep and show y'all how to contact them. And you can check on their websites if they're going to have town halls and things of that nature. Because, some of them are online, or some of them are, physically. Even though Speaker of the House Johnson told people, like, hey, I think y'all should stop having these in-face town halls. But some people feel like, hey, let me still have them. And for some of these people, it's been FAFO for them. You know what? Hey, 2025 is FAFO season, and it's also the year of karma. Let them have it, because y'all need to hear it. Y'all need to do it. So, thank you, Lindsay, for being a good mod. Thank you, Beautiful Alien, for coming around. What did Beautiful Alien say? If Jasmine was in the first row, you know what though? She could have been quiet as a church mouse, but I think she probably would have tried to have Jasmine. Well, it could go back and forth, because she said she was only letting people who her constituents inside. And so, and even the ones who were constituents, some of them got removed or was told to get out of line, and they had to stay outside. And not every seat was filled in Marjorie Taylor Greene's town hall. I don't know how Jasmine would have got in there. I say she would have got in there and sat and everything. It might end up with a shouting match between the both of them, or Marjorie was looking very, very uneasy. I'm kind of person is I would just sit there and be quiet, and I would just have them guessing the whole time what I was thinking. And that might, unnerve someone, but that's just me. But Yeah. So, thank y'all so much for listening to me. Let me see if I can post some of these, the two articles. Oh, I think it didn't save. I should have, um, hold on a minute. Let me see if I can go find it. Okay. Here are the two articles. I do have them in the description, but here he goes right here. Here is Marjorie Taylor Greene's USA Today, um, the article from them. Um, then here is also Houston Public Media. I picked this article because I would put the Houston Chronicle, but the Houston Chronicle wants you to like sign up for their subscription, and I just want to make sure I give you a source that is very easy. Like I have an account with the Houston Chronicle, but I know other people who are not from Houston or from Texas. You know, I want y'all to get the information too. So there's USA Today, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and they have in the article like her tweets and stuff. And then this is Houston Public Media. There's actually been two, in addition to Houston Public Media. There's also another a new kind of like newspaper. There's also like community newspapers like the Houston Press, and then there's a new one now called the Houston Landing, and they've been doing some really really good articles. What's going on? So we're getting some differences of opinion. So. But thank y'all so much for listening to me. Thank you, those of you who are going to watch this on the replay. Please share this video. Please share these websites and these links. Okay, let's keep each other informed because some people don't want us to stay informed. Why do you think the president is? He rotated out some of the, some of the media that's in the press corps. Why did he remove some of them out of the Pentagon news? They have like a little newsroom over there. He canceled the Politico for all of the federal workers. Politico actually follows the bills that are being up for voted on in Congress. Or you think he's going after institutions? So all right. So I'll talk to y'all later. I may come back on later on because I don't know. It's something with the cabinet. Something going on with the cabinet. It's like one after the other. I'm telling you, it's FAFO karma. Stuff keeps happening to members of the cabinet. I gotta come on here and tell y'all about Kash Patel. He, y'all. This is what I'm thinking. Doge is not on his job. Doge was giving up waste. This man is out here. Matter of fact, let me just go on and just put it in this video. And maybe I'll just take it out here later on. But let me show y'all this, okay? Y'all look at the top. Y'all look at this. This was actually from a what's it called, the Irish Star, and I'll put the article in the comments. Basically, okay, so like the president has been going like to the UFC games. He's been watching football games, and he's been bringing like some of the other cabinet members and stuff with him, right? Sometimes he brings Elon too. Well, the president got a plane where he's go. He can't, and so then I found out that because Kash Patel is the director of the FBI, and I guess because he works for the government agency he works for, he is not allowed to fly commercially. And I guess the president as well as not allowed to fly commercially. So FBI, they actually have Boeing private jets, which kind of makes sense because when I was watching what's that show, Criminal Minds, and they headquarters was in Quantico in Virginia, and sometimes they would go across the country, they would all be riding on one of the jets. So I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense now if I had access to the jets to go somewhere. So Cash Patel decided he wanted to go to another UFC fight, and then also he wanted to go to the hockey league games. So he used the FBI's jet to go there. Also, he used the jet to go visit his partner, I guess, common law or girlfriend in Tennessee with the jet. So I thought, did Doge sign off on this? And how much did this cost for you to do all these trips? USC fight and 2 National Hockey League games, and you went to go see your boo thing back in Tennessee. How far Tennessee from Washington, D.C.? And I'm just like, what is going on with these people that Trump has picked? Kristi Noem got $3K in her purse and her blank checks. She done lost her purse and her government badge. Okay. Pete Hegseth, he over here with a whole nother signal chat telling everybody what's going on in the government chat. He's not even supposed to be using it. He firing people. He look like he's been drinking and stuff on Fox News early in the morning, crashing out. Okay. Pam Bondi want to charge people with domestic terrorism for messing up a Tesla dealership. Punishment don't fit the crime. And then Kathleen up there with her press secretary. So she's just mean every damn day. And then she want to call this man who's like a far right reporter who's in the new press. He's in the press corps now. To my, oh, we appreciate diversity. Really? All the other people you kicked out, the Associated Press had to sue the president to get back in there. Diversity is not just diversity of ideas. It is also gender. It is also religion. It is also sexual orientation. It is also political ideas that are different from yours, and also ethnicity and skin color. I've been noticing, especially in the DOD, y'all been getting rid of all the people who look like that. But you over there talking, oh, we appreciate diversity. Really? Really? Okay. This is good. But I was like, what is Cash Patel? I'm sorry, Cash Patel looks sneaky to me. And then I gotta go do some more research. I just found out that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He's been making comments about autism. Oh my goodness, y'all. And the autism community, that they've been speaking up. And the parents of autistic children, I need to go find that article about Holly Robinson Peete. She made a video because her son is autistic. Also, Toni Braxton, one of her sons is autistic. I had autistic students, okay, and other people I know, and I'm just like, the stuff he was saying, like, oh, they're never going to, what did he say? Oh, they're never going to get married, have children, and a regular job. What, sir? Didn't I think he was trying to say something about, something about curing it? But I just got a news notification a few minutes ago. Something about he wants to put autism people on a registry. And I'm like, oh no. I said, when I saw it, I gotta go read it again because I was like, wait a minute. Wait a damn minute now. What have I learned in history? Someone putting people on a list because they was different. We should know better not to do that. We really do. I mean, it makes me wonder, like, these people, who are these people's history? These people, I really need to start the series. I really want to call it, or I'm trying to figure out, should I do a whole regular different channel? Do you like, hey, this is the history you should have learned, but you was talking, but you was in the restroom, you was late, you was tardy, because you missed it. What? I gotta figure out how to brand the history that you missed. I don't know. But it's just like, they had a blacklist in the second Red Scare. I know during the Holocaust. I know. Didn't Hitler have a list too? I'm just saying. Just out here, just Let me get the article for y'all. Okay, here's an article about Cash Patel from the Irish Star. He over here using using the FBI jet and everything. Did y'all ever see Obama or Biden with a whole bunch of crew going somewhere for games and stuff? Did y'all say? I don't remember that. And I remember a couple of times him and Michelle went to go like a tennis match or something like that. Or they had people come to the White House for stuff, little bit concert stuff. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, sir, where are you going with all these people? It's like he's flexing. I guess he thinks of these as his friend. Narcissists do surround themselves with people like themselves, or enablers, supply, that brown nose kiss up to them and do their bidding. But Trump has really got some incompetent ones though, that think like him, and maybe they're trying to do things like him. And I'm like, these people are going to be a distraction. They're not okay. Mm-mm-mm. The FBI job is 10 years. 10 years. That means he got to resign. Or they got to do, I forget what the process is for firing the FBI agent, FBI director. This man doesn't have any law enforcement experience. Like, this is who y'all picked? And I think this man even at one time said he wanted the UFC to help train the FBI to make sure that they're ready to go out in the field. And I'm like, what? Sir, this is not... Oh, Jesus, he played around. Okay, thank y'all so much for listening to me again. A little bit more about Cash Patel, director of the... Hey, Mama Lisa, I'm about to leave. I just, to catch the replay. But I thank you, Mama Lisa, for coming by and giving me your support and listening to me. I do appreciate that. I really do. I'll talk to y'all later. I gotta go. These people make me tired. We go lay down. Hug my dog and lay down. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.